Hello everyone! Welcome back to the Eigo Love YouTube channel. My name is Lacey and I'll be your English teacher for today. Today we will be covering used to, get used to, and be used to. So if you're ready, let's dive in. Used to is a modal verb that we use to talk about something that used to happen in the past that doesn't happen anymore. For example, old habits. It is always used to talk about the past. Used to is always paired with the base structure of a verb. So here is the structure of the sentence that you will use when making sentences. Subject, used to, and your base verb, plus anything extra. Here are some examples. I used to live in the US. I used to live in the US. Sam used to eat oatmeal for breakfast every day. Sam used to eat oatmeal for breakfast every day. We used to talk all the time. We used to talk all the time. And they used to walk by here. They used to walk by here. You got it? Never change the base verb that comes after used to. Next, we have used to in the negative. So the negative version is used to talk about a habit or a repeated action that didn't exist in the past but does now. We use didn't used to, which is the shortened version of did not used to. Notice that we drop the D from used. This is because of the auxiliary verb did. So from used to use to. Make sure to drop your D. The structure that you will use to make sentences starts with your subject, didn't, used to, plus your base verb. Here are some examples. He didn't used to text me so much. He didn't used to text me so much. It didn't used to be this hard. It didn't used to be this hard. We didn't used to use calculators in school. We didn't used to use calculators in school. Never used to can also be used. In this case, we keep the D with used. For example, he never used to text me this much. It never used to be this hard. We never used to use calculators in school. Also, for questions, we also drop the D. Next, we have be used to and get used to. The uses and meaning are very similar, which is why they're grouped together, although there are some differences. Used to is used to show getting accustomed to something or that we are in the process of getting accustomed to something. For example, I am used to speaking Japanese. I am accustomed to speaking Japanese. It means the same thing. Or, it was hard to motivate myself at first, but I got used to exercising every day. That one's a little long, so let's do it one more time. It was hard to motivate myself at first, but I got used to exercising every day. For this structure, you have two options. We have subject, be/get, used to with ing. Next, we have get used to. Get indicates a process of change. Using the past form got signifies that the process is complete. So we used got used to something when we were in a situation that felt kind of strange or difficult, but then we became accustomed to it and it felt normal. So something that felt strange and became normal. And it's always followed by a noun or the ing form of a verb. Here are some examples. It took me a while to get used to taking the subway. It took me a while to get used to taking the subway. When I was in Spain, it took me a while, but I finally got used to the way they greet each other. When I was in Spain, it took me a while, but I finally got used to the way they greet each other. Even though my dad has lived in Cincinnati his whole life, he can't get used to the traffic. Even though my dad has lived in Cincinnati his whole life, he can't get used to the traffic. We can also use the continuous form. I'm slowly getting used to eating rice every day. I am slowly getting used to eating rice every day. I am slowly getting used to living in Ireland. I am slowly getting used to living in Ireland. In these cases, we can take out slowly. However, they are often paired together. So I am getting used to living in Ireland, or I am slowly getting used to living in Ireland. We use the slowly to emphasize it's taking time. And same for the previous. It took me a while to get used to. We often pair taking a while to get used to emphasize that it takes time. Next, we have be used to. We can use be used to show how something that didn't feel normal before feels normal now. Some examples are, I'm used to eating rice every day now. I'm used to eating rice every day now. Or, she got used to the smaller apartments in Japan. She got used to the smaller apartments in Japan. For this form, we don't use be used to in the continuous tense. Additionally, we can use get used to and be used to with still, already, yet, and just to show where we are in the process. For example, I've just gotten used to speaking English every day. Did you notice the word just? He's still not used to working in India. We're already used to eating Japanese food. And they haven't gotten used to living in an old house yet. Good job! So I hope through this video, these topics are clear now and that you'll be able to use this grammar with success. As always, leave a comment if you have a question, give us a thumbs up, and watch more of our English YouTube videos. See you next time. Bye!